Hey guys, today is, we're just going to call it a big ass unboxing day. So monthly, depending on what's released, I'll get knives from Kizer that all released on a certain day of the month. November 1st is when they usually release their new knives, the first of the month. It's typically when they do. So this is just a mass unboxing of November knives. These are going to be released November 1st. They should all be available then. They will all get individual videos. The ones that aren't duplicates, right? That aren't different SKUs. They'll all get their own individual video. This is just kind of like a mass unboxing. It looks like we've got some fixed blades and some folders. These are the Vanguard series. This is Kizer's kind of entry-level budget value price line. So we're just going to go through these, unbox them. I'm going to share them with you, and then down the road we'll do some reviews after I carry them, check them out, let you know what I think. So the first one is a knife that I'm not familiar with. It is called the Phoca, I believe is how it's pronounced. P-H-O-C-A. CC, which I think is the clutch lock. So this is an AEBL blade, stainless steel micarta handle, 2.93 inch blade. And let's just check it out. Just check these out and we'll kind of move through them, kind of keep it quick. Try to keep you guys engaged so it's not a boring video. Interesting looking knife. From my first impression, it's got contoured micarta scales, which is pretty cool. I like micarta scales for one, and contouring makes them even nicer. Perfect centering. Looks like you've got stainless liners, deep carry clip, and a nice clip point blade. Looks like it's flat ground with thumb studs, and Kizer's patented clutch lock, which is an bar style lock, but it has 5 little holes in each liner so that you can adjust the tension of the S spring, the Omega spring, so that you can adjust the detent and the smoothness at which it closes. It operates on bearings. Very nice little knife. It's got a comfortable in-hand posture. We'll do a quick cut with these knives when we open them. Very sharp from Kizer. And this is the Phoca. And I can't believe I'm pronouncing that right. It sounds almost like a dirty word, but it's P-H-O-C-A. Cool knife. Next up, we've got another Phoca. This one is a clutch lock with a D2 blade, gray stonewash with a G10 handle. So as I expect, as I've gotten used to, these will be offered in various different price points, right? Different trim levels based on kind of what you're looking for. For me, for an EDC knife, a D2 knife is typically fine. I don't have corrosion issues. I don't have issues where I cut a ton of material. So this is going to be the same style knife, same contoured handles. This is not micarta. This is a nice smooth G10 with a little texture. Kind of a dark oil slick looking clip. I like that. It's not that painted black. It looks really nice. You've got black hardware and you've got this nice stonewash blade, which I guess matches that clip. So I think that looks pretty cool. It looks pretty slick. I like the clip point blade on the Phoca, if I pronounce that right. The D2 is also very slicey, super slicey, therapeutically so. This knife, just a quick, this is an unboxing, not a review, but we can always do a quick, how big is it? So the Phoca is bigger than a Sharpie, a little bit, just a tad smaller than a Benchmade bug out. So I think that is going to do it for the Phocas. I could be wrong. Yeah. The next, now this is a knife that when I saw the box, I was excited because this is a knife, if I'm not mistaken, that I am very familiar with, that I had in the old Blade Series titanium the Kizer T1, an Uli Hinnick design. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It was titanium and S35VN. It was given away. Somebody won that on a giveaway. This one looks like they brought it back in with a D2 blade. This one's black stonewash, G10 handle, a button liner lock. So this will have, if I'm not mistaken, a button actuated liner lock, which is one of my favorite locking systems, like the Smock from Spyderco. This is the T1. This was such a cool knife. I thought this knife kind of exemplified what I really liked when I started collecting knives. It was a thin, gentleman's folder that had kind of an aggressive posture. This one is in G10 and not titanium. It has a reversible clip, black clip, not recessed, but the screws are, the hardware is. This is a top liner lock. So if you see the liner right here, it actually moves when I push that. So has a nice drop point blade. Again, Uli, I don't know exactly where he's from, but a great designer. This knife fits the hand. The titanium one fit the hand extremely well. This one fits the hand extremely well, and I can imagine that this will be a budget price knife. I'll have links to all these because when I'm recording this video is long before the official release date. So I don't have the prices exactly as they'll be yet, but I'll have a link to where they are. Super nice knife. I love a top liner lock. If you'll notice, let me get my flashlight out. The liner's coming over from the right side of the scale. So the liner comes over. When I push the button, it's attached to that little bar that it's attached to the liner. I push that, the liner clears, the blade tang, and the knife closes. So a really nice system. I prefer, personally, this is very subjective. Everybody likes their different locking system. I prefer the top liner lock or the button actuated liner lock to a regular plunge lock or button lock. I prefer it over the clutch lock or the bar lock. It's just personally my favorite. This knife excites me. The T1 is a classic design. It's been around since I got into the knife collecting game. It's one of the first premium knives that I purchased from Kizer, and it was the titanium version. So to see it come back in a, more widely acceptable price point and pattern is cool. That makes me happy. This is another T1, Uli Hinnick. This one is Nitro V. It is, what's that say? Nitro V blade satin. I think that says G10 handle. And this one has a clutch lock. So this one won't have the top liner lock. So this is probably going to be a cooler knife, nicer blade steel. Micarta, not G10. For me personally, I would prefer that it have, or G10, excuse me, they're both G10. I would prefer it have the top liner lock, but that's a subjective, what I personally like, right? Satin blade, G10 handle, just like the black. The knives are basically identical in form. The difference is going to be the blade steel and the clutch lock. The clutch lock we just looked at on the Phoca, and it has got the adjustable Omega spring or adjustable S spring, which works very, very well. I'm not trying to get it twisted and saying the clutch lock is not a great lock. It's probably the strongest of any of the locks that we look at in EDC knives. But for me, I like a more physical detent. So again, it's totally subjective, totally personal. But this is a very nice knife. Has great action. Again, the T1, its style, the way it looks, the way it feels in hand is just superior. And then finally, we have one more. It looks like a T1 here. I apologize if you've been hearing in the background incessant whining. I just had to let somebody out. So this is Uli Hinnick, I think I'm pronouncing that wrong probably. This is the T1 CD, which is the clutch lock. I think the CC was the designation for the top liner lock. Let me see, the BD. Whoops. So this one's going to be a D2 blade G10 handle clutch lock with stonewash, not satin. So it looks like I have several different variations of the T1 to check out. It's a great knife. It'll make for a fantastic knife to pass along to some of you guys in our secret word game that we do from time to time. So this is a olive green, or I guess you call it olive green if they still call it olive, or just a kind of a military green, a black blade. Very similar in blade and clip to the black top liner lock. This one, however, is D2, and it is the clutch lock, which again works great. Reversible clip. I don't know why I'm like that. I don't think everybody probably is. I just prefer that top liner lock. That's just totally subjective. These knives have a fantastic kind of a Scandi flat grind that's super slicey. The blade geometry on these are just great cutters. Great everyday carry cutters. We'll call it that. We'll call it an everyday carry cutter. So this is the T1, an Uli Hinnick, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, design that's been around for a long time. A knife that's one of my all-time favorites of my Kizers that I collected when I was first getting into the knife game. So let's look at what we've got here in fixies. We've got a knife I've never heard of called the Rook. A Rook, a drop bear fix, and a drop bear fix. So we'll just get in to the drop bear fix first. I've had this knife in a different variation before. This is just going to be a different, ooh. This is a cool handle, guys. Stay tuned and clean the blade. Stay tuned. Don't move. Don't say a word. This is something different. You've got a lanyard. You've got a sheath with a kind of a clip. You've got the tools. Those are extra tools. You've got a tweezer and a pick in the handle. It ships with an extra set in case you lose one. A sticker, some troll candy, and some marketing materials are all in the box. I'm going to get this out of the way. And we're going to look at the knife. Because the handle is something that I don't think I've seen a micarta that looks like this. It says micarta on the box, Norplex Ultra X. I don't know if that's focusing for you guys, but it's spelled Norplex. Ultra is ULTRE and then a capital X, micarta. So this is called Ultra X micarta, which to me looks like a very smooth, thin, when I say thin, that's the wrong word, soft material. It doesn't have that grippy micarta texture like that. It's a lot smoother, almost like the vintage caramel micarta that I've got on my T. Denny Apprentice. That's what it reminds me of. But this knife, guys, for me, an EDC fixed blade guy, this is a great knife. To me, it's kind of the pinnacle of size, shape, and everything I like about a knife. When I say shape, this is available in a drop point like this. It's also available in a wicked clip point, and it's available in a sheep's foot. It is small, very, very slicey. The drop bear is an Azo design. One of Kizer's senior designers is responsible for some of their coolest knives and just keeps coming up with awesome stuff. I don't know how well you can see the texture in that, but it's a beautiful handle. You do have a stowaway little, they call it a toothpick. I don't have fingernails, guys, so I'm kind of at a disadvantage here, but I'm going to make it happen for you. You've got this little like toothpick, and you've got a set of tweezers, a pair of tweezers, not a set. It's a pair. And again, I have no fingernails. So you got a little set of tweezers like you did in the Swiss Army knife that I used to carry when I was in college. And they stow in the handle, just like that. You don't even know they're there. But they can come in handy, I would guess. I've never used them, and I've carried this knife quite a bit. But to know that they're there is cool. It's got a great lanyard hole. Very nice knife. Jimping on the top, jimping here for your finger, and jimping in your choil. Just a wonderful, wonderful knife. Kizer has been doing on all their sheaths the adjustable tension. I don't know how well it works in terms of going into practice, but it's nice to have it there. I will, of course, put an ulti-clip or a deep concealment carry clip on this knife to carry it. I rarely carry a small knife on my belt, but it's a very good sheath for those who do, because you can mount it either horizontally or vertically. This is the Drop Bear Fix. Very cool in the micarta, and I believe that one was 14C 28N. Yeah, 14C 28N. And then we got this one here. Well, this was different. This one is an S45 matte DLC Ultra Norplex Ultra X micarta handle. This one ought to be very cool. This is S45 in a Vanguard box, so that kind of surprises me. I usually see S45 in the Blade series. That's their premium line. Again, it's just blade steel, and I know cost per cost, it doesn't make all the difference in the world. But you got your troll candy, extra toothpick, and extra tweezers. A little bit nicer sheath. It's got this kind of carbon fiber texture look to it. It's just a different pattern of Kydex. And it's got that same Maglock, Techlock style retention system for your belt, which will work fine. Again, I will put an ulti-clip or something on it before I start carrying it. That'll be the first thing I do. I love, love, love the fact that it's a sheep's foot. I've never experienced a sheep's foot before from Kizer in the Drop Bear Fix. I've had every other blade configuration and have loved them. They've been passed along to you guys in giveaways, but this one looks sweet. And I'll be honest with you, this one will probably stay in the Javon collection because I love that matte DLC coating. Azo's Maker's Mark there on the blade. Drop Bear S45VN blade steel. This has got these, I think they're probably 15 or 20, these hollow hex nuts for the scales. And this is that same type of, they call it, oddly enough, Ultre, U-L-T-R-E, capital X, micarta. So this has a little more texture than this, but it's just a different type. Same maker, same manufacturer of micarta. I love the, again, the hollow hardware. Allows you to put a lanyard there as opposed to where it was on the top on the other. The sheep's foot feels great in the hand. You don't have the up front jimping, but you've got great jimping here where you're going to primarily hold the knife. Got your tweezers and your pick. Got your jimping here in the choil. I'm sure it is an absolute laser beam. This is probably my favorite yet. The one that I'm most excited for. I love, love, love the little Drop Bear Fix. And I think this is probably the perfect variation for me personally. I love it. Love the sheath, love the retention. It does have that retention adjustment, which is just simply a screw, hardware screw with a grommet or a washer that's flexible so you can tighten that down. And now let's go look at the knife that I've not seen before. The Rook. Let's see what a Rook is. This Rook is a Vincent Rizzo is the designer. This one's a D2 blade, stonewashed. They call it olive green handle. So this is a G10 olive green stonewashed D2 Rook. Very cool. It's got a product card showing all the cool Kizer line there, or a lot of the line. A sticker. Ooh. And a very interesting knife. The grip is unique. The blade is very unique. Vincent, the designer, did a very cool thing here. Here's a sheath. This one just comes with a cleaning cloth and some troll candy. Let me get this out of the way. And this one's going to be D2, G10, so I'm assuming this will be the Amazon version, or at least one of the more value-conscious Rooks. I'm sure it'll be in that very affordable line. So what we have is we have this really nice black wash blade. It's got oil on it, of course, from shipping. You've got this G10 handle that's unique in that it's got this rock pattern. So my understanding is Vincent Rizzo is a custom knife maker, so this is probably a rock pattern adopted from his style. I don't know that, I'm guessing. His maker's mark here, I'll know more in the review, of course. Rook, D2, and then Kizer on the other side. Fits the hand like a glove. You've got this huge sweeping, I guess you'd call that kind of a harpoon, almost a Nesmucky feel that it gives me. Thin handle, nice sharpening choil, hollow hardware again. And I was guessing earlier, I'm thinking this is probably 230. What's that? That's a 20. And 20. 930. So it's probably T25, which I don't have handy, which is fine because it doesn't matter. I'm not going to take the scales off. But this is a cool knife, guys. It is short. We didn't do a size comparison on the others, but we'll do that in just a second. Again, it's not a review, but this is going to be about bug out size. I think all these knives are pretty close to the same size, a little bit shorter than a Benchmade bug out. So it's a small fixed blade knife, my size fixed blade knife with a really nice cutting blade shape, the handle shape. This knife was designed to cut. This is actually very well done, very unique. I've not seen personally a knife that looks like this exactly or even close. So originality gets a great grade. I've not carried it for a while, but I can imagine this is a cardboard destroyer and a perfect utilitarian type of knife. Got a Kydex sheath. One thing I notice here that I really like is the way he's done the push off with the finger. You basically, when the Kydex is hot, you just thumb form it, so it's actually formed to your thumb. Adjustable. Nice deal. Just a good deal. I'm stoked about this one. This is a Kydex sheath. It does have the tech lock, which I'll be swapping out, but this is a great sheath system. So basically, you can put it on your belt. If you've got a wider belt like I do, these little pins here, you just push out. You can get something like this pry under there. And you can pop these guys out if your belt's wider so that you can get it to fit your belt. So both of these little plastic pieces are removable. I'm not going to spend too much time doing that now because that would be stupid, because I'm not going to use the sheath anyway, but I assure you these come off. So when you see that being thin, your belt can be this wide and this will lock over it. And you can again rotate it if you want to carry it scout style, but the Rook is cool. So I'm digging that. This other Rook will be quick. Is a AEBL blade, satin, G10 handle. So I assume this is going to be similar to the same price as the D2. It may be within $10 of the price. I usually see between an $8 and $10 increase. I'm guessing that. Like I said, guys, I have not seen any pricing on any of these knives, but by the time the video comes out, it'll be there. And I'll have links in the description that will have those links. Again, we got troll candy, we've got a little rag, and we've got a sheath. So I'm going to get that in here. Get this out of the way. All right, guys. I like this one. This is black and satin, AEBL. This is probably one that will stay in the collection, I'm guessing. If I like the way the knife carries, I haven't carried it yet, but it'll be in my back pocket where I keep my others. I like the maker's mark there. Vincent's got a cool maker's mark. Rook, AEBL. Nice rock pattern G10 handle. Nice see-through hardware. Again, you can get a lanyard through there and it reduces on the weight. And again, guys, the ergonomics of this knife are out of this world. You've got very nice sheath, great retention. Again, tech lock that I'm going to get rid of, but it's a great lock. I love the push off on the sheath. This guy, as we looked at, is about bug out size. They're all about the same size, guys. And like I said, we will do a full review on each of these knives. But this is the Kizer November lineup, part of the November lineup. I'm sure there are other cool knives that Kizer's got out there. These are just the ones that I'm fortunate enough to see, and I appreciate Kizer for sending them out and giving me this opportunity to see them because I'm a huge Kizer fan from the old days. Again, I have an entire case. It's not full of Kizers now, but at one time it was my Kizer case because I was buying Kizers exclusively. Big fan. So we've also got the Phoca. That name's going to get me in trouble. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy this unboxing. I hope you didn't find it laborious and boring or laborious and boring. I wanted to just be able to show them to you. I wanted to see them myself, so I figured why not do it on camera. I will put one in my pocket, let you know what I think about it. Each of these will get their own review. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Special shout out and thank you to the channel members. You guys are the best. Anyone who comes in to watch my EDC and knife content, thank you. I appreciate your time. If you're so inclined, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the bell notification icon. I've got to ask you to give me a thumbs up. Please leave a comment if you don't mind. You can hit that hype button down there. That'd be awesome. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart and choose to bait, not hate. I love you all. Peace.